the capital region and around the world set to celebrate their Orthodox Christmas Eve as the country faces almost a year now after that Russian invasion. A panel in Bethlehem tonight explaining why they think the war is not what we see. But as James De La Fuente found out, he talked to a Russian native who escaped the area. He has a different take on all of it.
The John Connolly Forum with Bethlehem Neighbors for Peace hosting Scott Ritter and Dan Kovalik to share their view on the war. Ritter, who was removed from Twitter for allegedly saying the Bucha massacre in Ukraine was caused by Ukrainians, opened with the following statement.
The First Amendment to the Constitution is freedom of speech. And that's sort of what we're doing here tonight. We're engaged in a process of free speech.
The youngest in attendance had the first question of the night, but instead opened with an impactful statement.
Putin and the president of Ukraine want war.
Putin and the president of Ukraine should what?
Want war.
Want war, he says.
And the civilians of Russia and Ukraine don't.
And the civilians don't.
Shlakov Simen, who escaped Russia mobilization by fleeing to the United States, has had everything about him and who he is stripped away by his choice to flee, and has a different take from Ritter.
Recognizing that if it's a war between Ukraine and Russia, Russia will more than likely win.
I'm completely against this war. This is the war that was started by Putin. It's a terrorist war. It's a war of genocide. I consider myself a Russian patriot because the best thing for Russia is for this war to be won by Ukraine, for Russian troops to exit Ukraine, and for regime change to happen in Russian Federation.
He recounts his journey to the Georgian border, a neighboring NATO ally.
He reached the border by car, and then was a huge line to get into Georgia, all out of men looking to leave Russia. And it was scary because there was a Russian military unit stationed right there, and they didn't know what could happen to them. But they were able to cross and reach, pass over cars. They had to go walk about 4 hours to reach the end of the car line and to be able to cross into the border.
And as far as the end of the war, Semen tells me he is confident in a Ukrainian victory, but fears a second mobilization.
The next wave of mobilization is going to be less open. It's going to be kind of a more of a mobilization, but won't be as public as this first wave, which had very negative circumstances and people were very against.
Now, the war in Ukraine is continuing to wage on, and soldiers on both sides are dying. Reporting in Bethlehem, James De La Fuente, News 10, ABC.